I'd like to say good morning to everyone. Kind of early, 3 a.m. But I was thinking about us. And as spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people, I utilize my heart, my spirit, my mind, my understanding and relationship with God to enable me to say the things to the public that I say. I don't say them as God, as righteous as God. I say them as I have received them. And I trust God to be God, to utilize me and to utilize every last one of us. Prophecy has given us an understanding that in the last days, we're going to go through some pure D hell, as if we haven't been going through hell all along. But be that as it may, we are still going to have to experience deeper hell because of the systems that we as human beings have allowed to exist. How we have been so disconnected from God by listening to greedy men who are led by a spirit that denies the love of God. In other words, if you want to really get an understanding, it's man saying you don't need God. God doesn't exist. Or there's no justification in their sight because they themselves are so magnificent. And in order to back what they're saying up, they have to control. They've got to do it all. And so over time, you can see where we are at today. They can actually threaten us. And they can control us if they get everybody in the right place. Like we are nothing. They can control us like sweeping leaves out of the yard in the fall. Because we would do anything to live. They've told us about the signs prophecy has, the numbers. They told us about the beast. They told us about the marks and how we're going to be used and manipulated. Total control from the power of man. And the key is that we, the people of the world, gave this power to the one that is imposing the pain and suffering on the people. We gave them that power. So this is why it is so necessary to get beyond that. See, there will come a time, according to this prophecy, that you will actually be called to give up your life if you do not want to obey the system of man, the system of evil, the system of the devil, of anti-God. But yet, there's a power that's calling you to do just that. And it's calling you to fall in love with a different God. Not this necessarily this, well, you're already in love with this God. We've given ourselves to it. But it is destroying us, and we don't want to be destroyed. We want to be liberated, so we got to change our minds. We need a new message. We need something else other than that. And the message is that this God is a God of love. And that you, the individual, had the power, still got the power, gave it up before, but now you still can use it. It's required that you use it. And how do you start using it? Now. doing that which is the will of God. We talk about, look at what the prophecy says, the evil is going to do. What will its attempt be? Okay, you throw out that by doing the opposite. Even now, they're talking about if you don't have the mark, you can't get food or you can't get health care. Can't get it now anyway. Got all kinds of problems. But let our expression of a God of love is that the facilities, the way that they've been used, and additions that will be required, whether it's in material or whether it's in staffing, are met to the degree that when everybody needs health care or need food, is there available to them. They are trying to destroy in the name of man in order to have the power. Our message is to make sure that everybody got, in order to glorify the power of the universe, God. And this thing about this threat that they will have on us, I really can't control whether or not, or even really give you true information about whether you should fear the end time. But there have been those who have drank poison to get out of this hell. But to me, I've never seen the value of drinking poison. Well, I didn't drink it, so I guess I didn't have to see it. But what I can say is that no one can serve two masters. A man can't serve two women. A woman can't serve two men. No man can serve man's way and God's way. You either got to serve man's way, which the world is doing, or you serve God's way, which very few are even trying, having a hard time, but very few are trying. And that, again, my friends, just for the sake of this video, is to make sure that every individual on this earth, basic human rights for all, that their needs, yours, I'm talking about, your wants and your desires are met. That you can live here on this earth in these bodies at these times in peace and be prosperous and free. That you can live joyously and happy, and that you can live your dreams. And that you suffer for nothing. Those essentials that are necessary for your survival and addition are all met. You suffer for no lack of food, clothing, shelter, education, health care, transportation, infrastructure, anything that's made by the hands of man. This is God answering the basic human rights for all people. That's what God is guaranteeing for you. And to make sure that this is available to you, God has made sure that the resources necessary to do any and all these things is just as free to humankind as the water in the ocean. We don't own the water in the ocean, we don't own that. But we can use that water in the ocean to travel. We use this to do the things that they're used for. And how do we do that? By every individual who benefits, and that's every last human being on earth, engage in the process of making sure that all of the stuff never runs out. By choosing a career that gives you your greatest joy, that allows you to engage yourself in the process of creating all of this stuff in such a magnitude, in such an abundance, that no one on the face of the earth will ever have to suffer a lack thereof for any of it. And everybody can live a satisfied life. That is the opposite. This is an option that we, the people of the world, have. But we have to disregard this rich people control, this money thing, this hunger, this greed, this low down, dirty, filthy, ignorant, racism, bigotry, hatred, lying, murder. We got to see that for what it is, and let's do something better. I just thought that I wanted to give God a little praise here tonight before I go back to sleep. And I hope you got something out of it. Because, baby, if we do it, I mean, if we just do it, and it's just like doing it, nothing can stop it. See, once we start doing it, it is God. God really has control. We will be used to do the work of God. But hey, who made the world? Who made the ocean? Who made the mountains? Who made the trees? Who made the river that flow to the sea? And who hung the moon in the starry sky? Somebody bigger than you and I. Yeah.